Well, good summer morning to everyone. Just wanted to make a short video of the renovations that we've done and tell you a little bit about it. My family lives mostly in other states. Probably won't never get much of a chance to see them or them to come by, understandably. Beverly's family lives around here, but thought that'd be a good picture to start out with. We're upstairs. We started this renovation in October of last year, and we've renovated approximately one half of the house, or had it done. I like to do things myself, but I know my limitations, so we've had some good folks come in and do some work for us. Mainly the heart of the house. This up here actually is a landing, but we call it the library. It's got a wider hall than some halls do. But this was a room up here. These railings are new, and what used to be there, instead of a small love seat and those bookcases, was like a little sewing room that started right about in this area right here. And there were two French doors, and it was very small. You couldn't do a whole lot with it, maybe put a piece of exercise equipment in it. And so Beverly, being the designer, she picked out the bookcases and the lights. I like sconce lights, so these were added to the hallway on either side of the bedroom doors. And that's the laundry room upstairs. These floors that we love were installed by Heath Flooring Concepts. Doug and Denise Heath have been friends for years and years, and they do such a great job. Not sure whose books those belong to, but just kidding. So in the Dallas, Georgia area, if you'd like some great folks to put in some floors, I'd certainly call them. He also did the steps. We put the little treads down here. Occasionally you'll see a dog walking around here. I'll introduce you if we see them. But the steps and the railing, these used to be carpeted steps. Everything was carpeted. This area down here was not, but we replaced that. We kind of have a small foyer, but to dress it up. Again, Beverly and her design. Those birds used to belong to my mom, and they were on the wall at her house for many years. Now, Georgia Renovation Concepts installed that shiplap on the wall and did a great job. In fact, so great that I got some more of it and did this dining room. We scraped the ceiling and did this dining room here. And we like shiplap, obviously. We tried not to overdo it, but these walls in here, this was a 30-year-old house, had just about had it, and people had painted over wallpaper. And as you tried to remove it, it left bad spots, obviously, in the walls. So they either had to be replaced or we had to do something else. That's why we brought the shiplap in. That trim, all I did the shiplap. I didn't do the trim. Georgia Renovation Group did that, as well as the kitchen remodel. I don't trust myself with compound miter cuts. I'm still convinced that somewhere in hell there's a punishment room for people who have been bad and they're forced to make compound miter cuts for 1,000 years. I'm convinced of that. This is a table. Oh, Beverly took an old, I don't know what it was, a credenza or something that had a top on it, and it was kind of ugly and it was big. Pulled the top off of that, and she refinished that piece and painted the lower portion of it. This was my mother's small china cabinet, and we've always, it was special to us. and it fits well. It's not overwhelming. But on to the main thing, the kitchen. Again, done by Georgia Renovation Group and my friend Jamie Snipes. We were really pleased with that. It did take some time, but you do changes as you go, and you just have to be patient with it. She decided she liked a exposed spice rack, which I thought was kind of neat. So we put it there, appropriately labeled. Our living room is in there, but you come around into the kitchen, again, the same floors, her table, and the kitchen looks far different than it did. Where the refrigerator sits now, if you pulled it out and turned it sideways and brought a wall in behind it, that was the kitchen area shoved in that back corner. Now that part of that wall's gone, refrigerator turned and pushed back against the wall. And we wanted an island. There was a peninsula over there where the dishwasher is now that stuck out this direction. That was taken out. As it turned out, we had plenty of room for the island. We liked the beams, so there was a beam installed, and shiplap ceiling throughout down the hall. Looks like when they was doing it, looks like a runway to me. So you got a little bath sign over the bathroom on the left-hand side. A wood vent. It took her a while to determine what kind of tile or backsplash she wanted. And originally it was that design, and thought it might be a little bit too busy, so she went with the gray subway type tile, the longer subway type tile, with an older looking light above the farmhouse sink. That little ticking behind me is Marty. There he goes. He's a conniving little boy. And the island is a microwave. And on this other side, there was nothing on that wall. And so double ovens are there now, and a coffee maker, and a little coffee bar, and some storage. And all the can lights, since we had to pull the ceiling out to do the shiplap, were rearranged to give the place a little bit better lighting scheme. And these barn doors cover a pantry. The pantry used to be where that first barn door is on the left, in a hallway, except it was a third of the size of this one. So she took this design and brought it in here into the pantry. The pantry is the shelves. We wanted shelves, not wire shelves, so things wouldn't fall through. Had that tile put on the floor. And Georgia Renovation Group guys did a good job. They used gas pipe right there to support the shelves, and custom cut the shelves, the same as back in here. So we've got a partial walk-in area, which is handy. Place to put the crock pot and the George, that type of thing. And but overall did a very good job. We was very pleased with that. Again, you just have to, well, I've learned you had to be patient with these things. And you know, it's worth the wait in most cases. And our family room's back in there. That right door goes out onto the porch, which is a four-season porch. So those things, other than some of them have been painted, but everything pretty much needs a renovation. This floor had to be raised from beneath. It was not level. We had 3 different companies come by. Only one was willing to raise the floor. Understandably, I mean, you know, it can cause problems if you're not careful. But anyway, for my family, in far-flung areas, that's the renovation of the kitchen. And hope you get to stop by sometime. But God bless everyone. Have a wonderful 4th of July coming up real soon. Hope everybody has a safe and great time. Take care.